Hello, I'm back with another video for you guys. Today we are going to look at conditional sentences. Conditional sentences. So what does that mean, conditional sentences? So first, conditional, it's derived from the word condition, and you all know what a condition is. So conditional sentence, it's a sentence that contains a condition. And we often use a word to express this condition. So the word that we often use is if, as you can see there. But here, take a look. We have conditional sentences and not only sentence, which means we may have different types and different kinds of conditional sentences. So, the question, how many types of conditional sentences are there? Does anyone know the answer? Let's see. Okay, so we have conditional type 0, conditional type 1, and conditional type 2. Is that all? Of course not. We still have one more type of conditional sentences, which is conditional type 3. So here we have 4 types of conditional sentences. The zero conditional, the first conditional, the second conditional, and the third conditional. So are these 4 types of conditional sentences the same? Can we use them the same way or they are different? So the answer is they are different and we cannot use them the same way. So each type of conditional sentence has its own form and use. In this video, we'll focus on just 3 types of conditional sentences: the zero conditional, the first conditional, and the second conditional. And we'll keep the third conditional for the next video. So are you ready to learn more about these 3 types of conditional? Let's get into it. So the first situation we have here in type 0 or conditional type 0, you can see a thermometer here and water in a pot. So look at the temperature. We have 100 degrees Celsius. So what happens to water if it reaches 100 degrees Celsius? The answer is, if water reaches 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. We can also say water boils if it reaches 100 degrees Celsius. So here we can change the order, but the meaning is the same. We can also say when water reaches 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. We can either use if or when. Okay, so if water reaches 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. This is what we call the conditional sentence. This is the conditional sentence. And here we have, like, the conditional sentence is composed of 2 parts. Yeah, as you can see there. So the first part, the second part. So the first part is called the if clause. The if clause. Why if clause? Because it contains the condition, in fact. And we have if there. And the second is called the main clause or the result clause. Why result? Some people call it result clause, some others they call it main clause. So why a result clause? Because it's actually the result of the condition we have in the conditional sentence. Okay, so now I have another question. So when we say if water reaches 100 degrees Celsius, it boils, is this scientific? Does it always happen? I mean, is it 100% true? The answer is yes, it's scientific and it's always true. The second situation now. Still talking about water, but not the same temperature. So here we have 0 degrees Celsius. So now again, what happens if water reaches 100 degrees Celsius? It does not boil, of course. So what happens? If water reaches 0 degrees Celsius, it freezes, or water freezes if it reaches 0 degrees Celsius. Again, the conditional sentence with the if clause and the result clause. So, is it scientific? Again, yes, it is. And can we say here, if water reaches 0 degrees Celsius, it will freeze, or it can freeze, or it may freeze? So, no, we cannot say that. Why? Because if we say it will freeze, it may freeze, or it can freeze, which means here we have like possibility. So it's possible to freeze. So it may freeze or it may not freeze, and it's not the case. So if water reaches 0 degrees Celsius, it freezes 100%. Okay, so here for the type 0 or for the conditional type 0, we cannot use will, may, or can. Okay, the following situation. Who can relate? Does this ever happen to any one of you? So here we have milk, as you can see. So how can we describe the situation? We say if we heat milk for a long time, it boils over. So the question now, does milk always rise up on boiling if we keep heating it for a long time? Yes, it sure does. So is it scientific that milk boils over if we keep heating it? The answer is yes. The following. Okay, so here we have two colors as you can see, white and black. So, what happens if we mix these two colors? So, if we mix white and black, we get gray. Of course, we get gray. Cannot get blue or green or any other color. We get gray. So, does this always happen? Is it 100% true? Yes, it is. So now, what's the rule here? So here you can see the examples. If water reaches 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. If water reaches 0 degree Celsius, it freezes. If we heat milk for a long time, it boils. Over all the examples we talked about earlier. So take a look now at the verbs we have in each clause. So if water reaches, boils. Why reaches and not reach? Because we are speaking about water, it. Okay, so now let's have a look at the form of the conditional sentence in the type 0. Okay, so in the if clause we have if plus subject like water and the verb in the present simple, reaches. Okay, the main clause or the result clause, we have subject and then the verb in the present simple again, like subject, it, and the verb boils. And remember, we cannot use will, can, or may in the main clause when we speak about the type 0, okay? So now, when do we use, this type 0, this conditional type 0? To speak about what? To describe which kind of situation. So we use conditional type 0 when we speak about scientific facts or something that is 100% true or simply general truth. Yes? Okay, so now we are done with the type 0. Let's move to learn more about type 1. The first situation. I really want to go on a picnic. Mm, but when? Okay, if the weather is nice tomorrow, I will go on a picnic. Is this scientific? No. Um, is this 100% true? No. So when we say if the weather is nice tomorrow, I will go on a picnic, it's not something that 100% will happen. I mean, it's something only possible to happen in the future, but it's not 100%. Maybe tomorrow when the weather is nice, I will be busy and I won't have enough time for going on a picnic. Or maybe I will be tired and I won't be able to go on a picnic. Okay, so here we say if the weather is nice tomorrow, I will go on a picnic. We can also say I can go on a picnic or I may go on a picnic. The following situation. There you can see some healthy food and also exercising or work out, and then a person who wants to lose weight. So how can we describe the situation? This is actually my advice to my friend who wants to get thinner. And okay, so my friend is overweight. So I always keep telling her, if you eat healthily and exercise regularly, you will lose a lot of weight. If you eat healthily and exercise regularly, you will lose a lot of weight. Okay? So again, is it for sure that she will lose a lot of weight if she eats healthy and exercises regularly? Well, maybe not. The following. Okay, driving too fast and an accident. Uh-oh. If she drives too fast, she will have an accident. If she drives too fast, she will have an accident. Okay, so the result of driving too fast is having an accident. But does that always happen? Not necessarily all the time. Is this scientific? No, it's not. So it's only something possible, something that will possibly happen if she drives too fast. The following situation. Okay, so there you can see some junk food, chips, chocolate, biscuits, candy, and different things. The food that most of kids like and love. But is it good for their health? Is it healthy? No, it's not. And most of parents are not happy with this when they see their kids eating lots and lots of junk food. So here's a father talking to his son. If you stop eating junk food, I will buy you a new bicycle. So when the father can get his son a new bicycle? Only if he stops eating junk food. So the condition here is stop eating junk food. And the result is buying him a new bicycle. So we all used to hear such a promise from our parents, but not for stopping junk food, for something else. If you do well at school, I will buy you a new bicycle. If you get good grades at school, I will buy you a new bicycle, isn't it? Okay, so here the father will get a new bicycle to his son only if he stops eating junk food. So again, now let's have a look at the rule. The examples. So now, if the weather is nice, we'll go eat, exercise, will lose, drives, will have, stop, will buy. So here's the form. If plus subject plus verb in the present simple, this is for the if clause. And for the result clause, we have subject plus will plus verb in the infinitive form or the base form. Okay, we can also use can and may. So now, do we use the conditional type 1 to describe general truth or scientific facts? No, absolutely not. So we use the conditional type 1 to speak about something that will possibly happen in the future or a promise. Okay, now it's time to check the conditional type 2. The first situation. You can see there a lot of money. Okay, so what would you do, guys, if you were millionaires? Or what would you do if you were a millionaire? For me, if I were a millionaire, I would travel around the world. I will visit so many countries and so many places around the world. I will go to France, I will go to Turkey, to Belgium, to the Philippines, to the USA, to China. No, 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 no. No, I don't think I should, especially now. So, yeah, probably later. Yeah, I can do it, but definitely not now. So, if I were a millionaire, I would travel around the world. Am I a millionaire now? No, I'm not. I'm just imagining what I would do if I were a millionaire. And take a look here. If I were, not if I was. Simply because the situation here is imaginary, it's not real in the present. It's just hypothetical. So if I were a millionaire, I would travel around the world. But I am not a millionaire now. I am just imagining. This is something that it's not real in the present. Okay, I can also say if I were a millionaire, I could travel around the world, or I might travel around the world. The following. Okay, free time and watching movies. So this is, I mean, our favorite pastime and our favorite free time activity. Well, most of us. So, but unfortunately, I don't have like more free time now, and I am not free to watch movies. So, if I had more free time, I would watch a lot of movies. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that I don't have more free time now, and I am not free now. But I wish I had more free time to be able to watch a lot of movies. Okay, so do I have more free time now? No, I don't. Okay, I wish I had more free time. The following. Look at the poor boy. He's looking out of the window. Okay, he's looking out the window and he looks really bored. So what's wrong here? The boy cannot go out, and the boy cannot go to the park and play with his friends. Why? Because he's confined. due to the virus for sure. So here, if we weren't confined, my friends and I would go to the park. If we weren't confined, my friends and I would go to the park. Is the boy able to go to the park with his friends now? No. Why? Because he's confined due to the virus, the coronavirus. So, what's happening here? So the boy wishes he were like able to go out and see his friends and go to the park together, but he cannot do it. The following situation. So there you can see Spain, and you can see some people speaking Spanish. So how would we describe the situation? If I lived in Spain, I would pick up the Spanish language easily. Okay, which means I tried to learn Spanish, but it was very hard for me to learn it. It was very difficult for me. But I think if I lived in Spain, I would pick up the Spanish language more easily. So now, do I live in Spain? No, but I think if I lived in Spain, I would pick up the Spanish language more easily. So the condition here for me to pick up the Spanish language easily is to live in Spain. And the result of living in Spain is being able to learn the Spanish language more easily. So if I lived in Spain, I would pick up the Spanish language easily. And as a result to this, I will be able to watch this with no subtitles. Yes, so if I speak Spanish and if I have learned Spanish, I would be able to watch this with no subtitles. But it's not the case. Yeah, I wish I lived in Spain to be able to pick up the Spanish language easily. So take a look at the examples again. Let's check the form. So were, would travel, had, would watch, weren't or were, would go, lived, would pick up. So in the if clause we have if plus subject plus verb in the past simple. As you can see, were, had, yeah, lived, etc. The main clause we have subject plus would plus verb in the base form or the infinitive form. Would travel, would watch, would go, would pick. And remember, we can also use could and might in the main clause. So now, when can we use the conditional type to? To speak about facts? No. To speak about something that is possible to happen in the future? No. So we use the conditional type to speak about imaginary situations in the present or future. Or wish. Well, this is it, guys, for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.